episode of Down at the Dome. Thank you for joining us again. Today I have another special guest here, one of our podium athletes, Chrislene Klein. Thank you for joining me. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
So Chrislene she does athletics, obviously, and started out as a sprinter, but recently made a big decision in a turn in her career, and I want her to tell us about it.
Well, I've always done like pretty much almost all of the items. I've done 100 meters, I've done 200, long jump, high jump, hurdles, and then after watching the 2020 Olympics, I decided I want to try out heptathlon, which is it's a seven item event basically, which includes 100-meter hurdles, long jump, shot put, javelin, high jump, and 800 and 200, which is a big thing, but I am willing to do it because basically all of the items I'm currently doing is already in it, so it's pretty hard for me also to just decide which one am I going to drop, which one am I keeping, because I like all of them. So it's pretty difficult, so that I just decided, let me put all of it together, add some things, and then just make it a bit more challenging.
Yeah, but I've watched you in training. You handle it quite well, going from the one event to another, from the one item to another. You transition so smoothly in it. So I also agree. I don't think you need to drop one because you can do all of them so well. So, but for me this is major because I know we've never had a heptathlete in Namibia, and you're female. Like, it's just so much better. So how did you get to that? I know 2020 Olympics now inspired it, but like, how did you get to, did you have guidance from someone? How did you get to that decision?
It was mainly just the decision for myself. I watched the Olympics, and then I watched the heptathlon specifically, and I've always been following one of the heptathlon athletes, Katarina Johnson-Thompson. She's from the UK, and ever since I've just been watching her doing her items, and it was just interesting for me because it's all of my items and just like a few extra, and it was just for me the logic decision.
Yeah. So tell us a bit about your competitions. Like, how does it work? Do you do everything in one day, or do they spread it out for you?
Well, normally not the heptathlon competitions, the one like normal ones that we have here in Namibia. It's either 1-day competitions or 2 days, spread out over 2 days. But normally my items is like pretty much after each other. If it's a 1 day, I normally have my high jump first, and then right after it's either hurdles or long jump. So it's pretty much on top of each other. So with the heptathlon, it is spread over 2 days. The first day is 4 items, the next day is 3 items, and then in between you have like a break, then you go rest in the, I think it's the resting room or whatever you want to call it, and then each time, then there's food for the athletes and everything, but that's obviously with the big competitions. Normally there would just be a room where all the athletes can then go rest. You bring a mattress or whatever, where you just lay down, rest, do whatever you want to do, listen to music, whatever. You can bring your snacks, and then spread over 2 days. The items won't normally be like really on top of each other like what I'm pretty much used to already, but there's enough time for rest in between.
Okay, that's good. But let's take a step back before we continue, because I can talk to you about this all day. But who's Chrislene? Where do you come from? What are you about?
Well, I was born and raised in Namibia, but we did move to Botswana at a time. I stayed there for like a few years before I started like grade 1. I did the pre-primary and kindergarten, and that was just like a part of my life. And I first off started off with swimming at that side, but then I couldn't compete for Namibia. I had to then change my citizenship, but then my parents decided for when I had to start grade 1, we moved back, and then ever since I was here, started off I think in Windhoek Gymnasium for grade 1, like half of it, and then we moved to Swakop, and then I started off at private school Swakop Mund, which is a German school. I was there from grade 1 to 7, then I moved to Prodium Academy from grade 8 to 12, and I matriculated there.
So the majority of your life you've been in Swakop?
Yes, basically.
Would you exchange Swakop for someplace else?
No, I've pretty much gotten used to Swakop. It's like a easy vibe here, not that rushed life like if I were to be in Windhoek.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Windhoek is quite rushed nowadays. It's a big
Definitely.
city.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me, do your competitions like does it happen here in Swakop normally, or do you have to travel a lot?
Well, now that I'm in the senior category,
Yes.
we have competitions all over Namibia.
Okay.
Normally, it's either here in Swakop or in Windhoek. There's sometimes it's in Marintal. There's some in Oshakati as well, but that's like spread out throughout the whole year. Majority of the competitions either in Windhoek or Swakop because it has a tartan track, so it's easier for qualifying times and everything.
Yes.
All of that.
Yeah. And at some other time, you're gonna start traveling internationally as well.
Yes, most definitely.
Because
The time comes.
Yes. Okay. But what are your interests apart from athletics and heptathlon? What are your interests?
I'm pretty much really introverted. Like depending on who I am, with who I am, then. But mainly I'm just at home. I like cooking. I like singing, but that's still something transitioning.
That's your secret.
Yeah, still transitioning into something more. But mainly just at home. I love working with music. Like it really puts me in a zone, especially with athletics. Like I have my certain music genres that I listen to before of an event to like put me in the zone, or like just whatever mood I'm in. There's like certain music I listen to. Like music is a really big part of my life.
Okay. Do you have siblings?
I have one older sister. She's 33 at the moment, and I'm
Okay.
the last Lamiki.
You're quite younger.
Yes.
Do you have a good relationship with her though?
Yes, we talk on a regular basis. She comes and visits, stay at home pretty often.
Okay. Does she stay in Swakop as well?
Yeah, she stays in Swakop.
Okay. Okay, that's good. The only sibling you have?
Yes.
All right. And your parents? Obviously you stay with your parents.
I stay with my mother at the moment.
Okay.
They're divorced, so yeah.
Okay.
But my dad also still lives in Swakop, but I still see him regularly.
Oh, that's good. That's good. It's always good to have a support base. You need to have your circle that supports you, especially in everything that you're pursuing now with your athletics career. All right. So tell us, are you pursuing anything academically? Are you studying? Because you're still young, quite young.
My dream was definitely to go to the US, continue athletics, and then study there part-time.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it didn't work out, but then I found out there's a program here at the Dome that is the FitPro education system, which is mainly from South Africa, but they're doing it here as well. So last year I did the fitness instructor.
Okay.
And then this year I'm starting off the national certificate in fitness.
So are you going to train athletes, or you want to work with general public?
I'd say more athlete-wise because it's what I do as well, and I know it already from personal experience, so it will be easier for me to just continue with athletes.
Okay. So tell us a bit about your other interests. Like, what is the stuff that you do when you're not training athletics? You've mentioned now that you love music. Like, what are the stuff that you do, your hobbies, or on a day-to-day basis at home?
Mainly, my task would be making food at home because that's something I really love. My mom would always have me in the kitchen when I was younger, helping out. My Oma as well. She would always bring me into the kitchen, and that was always like my favorite part of the day, like going to help out with cooking or whatever. And mainly just music and stuff. Like I want to bring in the singing a bit more, like really put it out there because I am pretty shy when it comes to crowds and stuff, but it's a fear I want to overcome.
Okay, so tell us a bit more about that. Do you want to pursue it as a career?
Not really a career, but just like something on the side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like do gigs but just for yourself.
Because how it really started off, like where I was like, okay, let me do this. There was an open mic here at the Dome last year, and then I was like, let me just do it just for fun. And I actually enjoyed it. Like it wasn't that bad because like the first song I was really stressed. I'm like, oh no, there's people. Oh no. But then it got better as we did more songs, and it was actually nice.
So it sounds like you are shy and you're introverted, but you're willing to take a challenge and you're willing to put yourself out there. Do you think you do it because you're building your own confidence, you're building yourself, or is it just that you like a challenge?
I definitely do like a challenge, and it is something I want to try because with my career as an athlete, I'm going to have to talk in front of people. I'm going to have to do more interviews, and it's something I have to get used to, talking in front of people. So that will also just give me that little boost to get into it again.
Okay. Let me ask you some few personal questions. You know, the what's your favorite color type of questions. So if you could choose 3 people that you could spend a week with, like someone tells you all expenses paid, I'm taking you to an island, you can bring 3 people along. Who would that be?
I would say it's my best friend, Unique. She's currently in Windhoek. That is a difficult thing because my main circle would be like would be my best friend. But then another friend of mine here, Lizanne, and who is the third person? I'm not sure now. I'd say my cousin Nicole. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And these are the people that you know you're gonna have fun with.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Those are people I'm really comfortable with. They like know me inside out.
Okay. So you are one of those people that you have your small circle and you are like 100% yourself with those people.
Yes, definitely. Like if a new person would come in this room right now, I'd be closed off, really quiet, don't know what to say. I'll just stay here in my corner, not really interact. Unless the person would come to me, then I would like slowly like start interacting. But I would be really shy at the beginning and just like close off.
Well, then it's a good thing that you're pursuing your career in athletics because that's going to get you out of your shell. It's going to put you out there.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. So another question. If you could choose 3 things that you always need to have with you, what is that?
I would say my journal, because I always write how I feel, how I'm doing in my journal, my phone for my music, and headphones too. If I'm really not in the mood for anything, I just put on my headphones, be in my corner, listen to music. That's mainly what I would do on a daily basis. Just put on my headphones and do whatever that needs to be done in the house.
Yes. Okay. If you could visit one place in the world that's your ultimate, where would you go?
Anywhere with the beach. Like Bora Bora with the clear beaches, clear waters and everything. That would be like one of the places I want to go to right now.
Okay. Last question. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Your career, personally? Are you still going to be staying in Swakop?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Wherever it takes me, to be honest. Like, I don't really want to plan out so far ahead. Like, I'm really like in the moment type of person.
Okay.
I want to like just do it in the moment. I don't want to plan out too far because that's what I did in like previous situations, and it didn't work out how I wanted it, and I was pretty upset. So then I'm just taking it day by day at this point. But I hope to be overseas somewhere, pursuing my career especially, and maybe continuing studying.
Okay.
Yes.
And that's now in sport and fitness, or study something else?
Like I wanted to do physiotherapy and then also kinesiology, also dietitian, because it's everything that has to do with athletes. Also, it will also just benefit me personally with my career, especially diet-wise. Then I can also just do my own diets. I don't have to go to someone.
Yeah.
And physiotherapy, I'm a really hands-on person. So everyone knows me at the track. I'm always there to like help out stretching someone. Everyone will always come to me and say, Chrislene, please stretch me and help me with my hammy or whatever. It's always a hammy problem. But yeah, I'm always that person to always help everyone at the track.
Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. Anything that you can tell a young girl, a 6-year-old starting out, maybe her parents have now seen she's fast, she can maybe pursue athletics. Anything you can tell that little girl?
I would say go for it and don't ever stop. Just continue doing it, but always enjoy what you're doing. Don't make it something as like, oh, I have to do this now or whatever. Don't try and please other people, please yourself, and just be happy with what you're doing.
That's wise words to end off. Chrislene, thank you so much for joining me. I enjoyed this chat.
It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you soon.